The following podcast contains spoilers and profanity. Hello, and welcome to episode 21 of the Half and Half podcast. I'm your host, Glenn Walker, and with me as always is MarsReviews.
Hey, about to talk about Bojack's giant horsecock this season.
Exactly, back in the 90s. Oh,
back in the 90s, I used to do some really fucked up shit. But you learn
even now he does some fucked up shit. All right, let's get into it.
Nothing really changed.
Nothing really changed. It only gets worse, really. Ooh,
Yeah.
man. Alright, so yeah, anyway, Bojack Horseman is the popular Netflix series, and we are talking about season 5 this time around. We already did, we did 2 episodes last year. We did one on season 1 to 3, and then we did one on season 4 when that came out. So yeah, if you want to hear more of our opinions in depth on that, you can go listen to that. That's pretty cool. They're both pretty alright episodes. Alright, anyway, so Mars, what has been your history with the Bojack Horseman?
It used to be like some shows, like, when I first looked at it, it's like, what the fuck is this? This looks retarded. I don't want to watch this. Bojack Horseman? Fuck you. But then people said, like, no, this show is actually pretty epic.
Pretty epic.
They were like, holy crap, this is like a dark TV show. It's not just some stupid show. And then, like, I watched it, and it was like, then my sister watched it in front of me. That's how I knew that, like, this show's like, there's got to be something more to this than just, like, stupid animal puns.
Yeah, and it kind of felt like that at, like, the first couple episodes, and then it definitely did pick up over time, especially now.
Yeah. Then it's like, oh wow, this is the darkest cartoon I've ever seen in my entire life. I'm not saying that to be. It's pretty bleak, actually.
It's very bleak.
Yeah.
And it's especially last season with some of the beats it hits, especially with some plot twists revolving certain characters, which we'll get into that very soon.
It felt like the announcement, like when they usually like announce these, but like there's never like months in preparation.
Yeah, I remember like some stuff on like Will Arnett's Twitter account saying like he's like holding the script till season 5, and that was like that was pretty early, like this year or last year. It was like right after season 4 came out, and they were like already working on it, I think.
Kind of surprised because like they dropped a trailer like maybe a month before, and it's like, it's coming out in September.
We didn't get any information on it, so I didn't watch the trailer, so I was going in blind as usual.
I didn't need a trailer. I kind of already knew everything what was gonna happen.
Every single beat, except we didn't. Oh god. Okay, so anyway, let's just get right into season 5. Bojack has been pretty great up until this point. I think it's gotten better with each season. And so yeah, let's get into the nitty gritty of what's happened in season 5. So it's gonna be a lot of spoiler talks, and we're gonna rip the season a new one, right, Mars? No, we're not.
I'm gonna tear this one an asshole.
Exactly.
I think maybe I will. You don't know. You don't know.
I don't know. So we'll have to. All right. Well, anyway, let's get started. And so let's talk about what happened last season before, like a little bit, and then we'll just get into like where this one leads into.
Well, Bojack wanted to like bury his giant 40-year-old horse cock in like a 17-year-old in Arizona, and the mom had to come in and spoil the fun. Typical moms. Bojack just wanted to have some good old fun. They
didn't even know if that was the age of consent in that state, right?
He didn't. he like Wikipedia that shit as soon as he got back. I was like, was I in the legal right of actually having sex with her? It's like, oh fuck, 17. Yes, I'm in the zone, the auto zone, the green zone.
So, but Bojack, he gets in trouble because he was about to have sex with this underage daughter. It'd be really fucked up if they like resolve that by saying, oh no, she was legal, bro.
And he kept trying to make it like that. Well, he didn't really feel. He wasn't like proud of it. He was just like, well,
But
technically
anyway,
I was in my
other
rights.
than that, we had the usual stick. We had Mr. Peanut Butter and Diane. They had their usual relationship drama, that sort of thing. Princess Carolyn, she was attempting to have a child, but one thing led to another, and now she has to adopt. And then we had the new character of last season, Hollyhock, which turned out at first to be, he thought that it would be his illegitimate daughter, and it turned
to be his illegitimate sister.
Yeah, exactly. It's perfect. nice rounding. But last season ended on kind of a at least decent note for Bojack, because Bojack kind of like he probably had like the best moral ending of like all the characters last season. Everything was kind of looking on the up for him.
Yeah, he didn't really agree to be on that show, but
we'll get into that now. So in this season, Princess Carolyn signed Bojack onto a show that he didn't really choose to sign up for. He's just like, oh, Princess Carolyn's like, hey, I signed you up for the show. It's pretty new. We don't know what the fuck it's gonna be like. It's a new thing. And it's like, all right, cool. And it's a show called Philbert. It's a noir sort of weird thing that progresses throughout this entire season. Which,
just to cut the shit, Philbert is like this noir show, but really it is just fucking Bojack's life.
It really is.
Yeah, I like the idea that he's playing, like, just in the whole season 5. I like the idea that, they're using the show as, like, this is just a reflection of what Bojack is and what his character is. But, like, the one thing I don't know if I really cared for it that much is how obvious they made that out in, like, the first, like, episode.
Yeah.
Just, like, based on the setting. I was like, why does this house look like my house? Like, oh, and just
it looks exactly like my house.
Yeah, it's just, like, that is pretty humorous, but I did find that kind of, like, oh, now you just gave away the whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
That's like in the first 2 minutes, it was like, oh, this show's just gonna be Bojack, isn't it? Just his whole fucking shitty, like, life just going in turmoil in this show.
I mean, pretty much.
But first episode is really just this whole season is kind of addressing, like, current events, actually. It's kind of surprising.
It is, yeah.
This one is kind of addressing like over like pushy directors in the first one.
Yeah,
where, like,
and we have the director of Philbert, who's the guy who's the what's his name? He's gonna play Freddie Mercury in the
Rami Malek.
Yeah, he was the director for Philbert.
What the fuck did I think his name was? I thought he was someone else. I think I saw someone and I thought it was like, no, I'm just fucking retarded. Never mind. I saw someone. I thought he was like playing someone else, but yeah, he plays Flip. He's basically Flip is like a fucking like freak.
Asshole.
Yeah, let's just like cut that down. Like Flip is just like
he's like, I guess, like the typical modern director, I guess, that they're trying to represent.
Yeah, he's a fucking piece of shit that wants his way. Kind of doesn't know what the fuck he's doing either.
Yeah, it's like he just spends time in like the writing room and just writing to himself, and like everyone has to give him ideas that he thinks are his own. Yeah,
Flip is a fucking hack. Like, he doesn't know how to. I don't know how he got into his position. I think the whole thing is just commenting. He's just like, just directors and young directors now just being pretentious. I think.
Yeah, essentially.
But like they're trying to make more meaning and like stuff. I remember like one time he just like. Bojack gets shot in a scene, and he was like, why do I have to call her bitch twice? Like, the bitch is supposed to be your mother. It's the second one. The other one is, like, just talking.
The other one is your heart.
Yeah, it has, like, good thing I carried this
flask around with my dead wife's engravement.
It wasn't even, it wasn't his dead wife, it was his dead mom's blood.
My dead mom's blood.
Yeah. But, I feel like, the opening episode was... It was pretty strong. I just didn't like that one.
All right. Well, okay. We'll talk about the other parts of it. So, I was pretty surprised that they kind of like did away with the whole, Mr. Peanut Butter and Mr. Peanut Butter and Diane thing this season. Like, essentially, last season ended with like them having more drama, and this season like just starts with them. They're already divorced.
Well, I mean, they couldn't, They had to. Like, it's going in that
It was going to happen at some point. I was just surprised that they kind of brushed it off at first.
I mean, there was like a little time skip. And,
It was, but where Diane went to Vietnam.
Oh yeah, they had to address that shit. You know why they had to do that?
Why did they have to do that?
So, who plays Diane is a fucking like
Alison Brie.
Alison Brie, pretty fucking white.
Pretty Caucasian, yes.
Yeah, so they had to basically that episode is just a comment of just like she's actually going to like knowing about her Vietnamese side, which I did not fucking know about that. I forgot, like, oh yeah, Diane's Vietnamese.
Yeah, it's very hard
They barely
to tell.
bring it up, but okay.
I just kind of remembered it.
Yeah, and then basically in that episode, Diane just goes to Vietnam and just realizes like Yeah, I have nothing into my fucking culture.
It's just the same wherever I go. It's like she meets this random like stork and she's like makes out with them. It's like, do you want to be on a movie set? I don't know. Yeah, I thought it was a pretty alright episode. I did kind of like. I think I've liked their whole arc of this season more than most.
Oh, Diane and Mr. Peanut Butters?
Yeah.
I liked all the other ones more. Like, I just like that later on in, like, Carolyn, she actually gets kind of, like, a happy sort of ending.
Yeah.
And, you know, despite, like, all her miscarriages, she finally has, like, the thing that she
Well,
wanted.
we'll get this. So, something about that pissed me off. Like,
Really?
you probably know what it is.
Okay.
Anyway, so yeah, and then Mr. Peanut Butter, you know, he's back in the dating game, bro. Talk about your favorite character, Mars.
God damn it! It's not my favorite fucking.
It's your favorite character.
No, it isn't.
So Mr. Peanut Butter, he like this random character who's a waitress at like the bar at the restaurant Bojack owns. She's like a pug, and her name's Pickles, and she's very wacky and goofy. She's 25, man. And like I don't know, like along the way, Mr. Peanut Butter and her grow a little relationship, and you know they start dating. Mars, why is she your favorite character?
I did not say that she's my favorite character. She's actually kind of like really annoying.
I wonder. I think that was kind of the point of her.
I know, but it's just like you've implied as my favorite character because I posted
it and you're asking me, Glum, would you?
Yes.
You just post like a random image of her just like kneeling.
Because I thought it was funny.
Why? Just like her just.
I didn't take the photo.
You did though. You sent the screen cap.
I sent a screen cap that I found on Twitter.
Oh, all right. What was the context of the screen cap?
They're just talking about like Pickles is cute. That was the context of it. Yeah.
What do you think I need to know about?
Because I thought it was funny. I said, Clem, would you?
What? I don't know. It's like, I don't know. It's a pug, Mars. Pugs are cute.
No, they're not.
That's like, the whole point. They're cute.
What do you mean? What is cute about a pug? The thing that can
like
barely
little and
breathe.
small.
Like,
the whole thing.
They're like fucking deformed. They're not meant to live. They're like a fucked up dog breed that can barely survive. I mean, Uncle has like a pug. He sounds like he's dying when he's just basically breathing.
Would you rather have a pug or a pit bull?
Huh? I'd rather have a pit bull.
At least they grow big and bite you.
No, if you train them well. They're at least kind of like adorable. They're actually big and cool and muscular. A pug is just like, just squished in.
You don't like Kingsman pug? I like that one. He died.
Didn't they die in the explosion?
He did die in an explosion.
Good.
Spoilers for Kingsman 2 if you wanted to see that shit. It sucks.
Sweet release.
Exactly. Anyway, back to Bojack. So what else did you like about this season, Mars?
I like the whole thing about the show addressing kind of like fans in a way.
It did, yeah.
They're just like kind of just like using a lot of people were using Bojack as a way to justify them being really shitty people.
That and like people always like go to Bojack or Rick and Morty. It's always those two.
Yeah, it's just like instead of like holding the whole thing with Bojack this whole season was him not. He thinks that he's doing the right thing, but he's not because he's not holding himself accountable for like any of the shit that he's doing. Which I found like that to be actually one of the strong points of the season because we're just skipping episodes and shit. We're just talking about
just talking about like the show in general. We'll go back into narrative stuff eventually.
A lot of people give Diane a lot of shit and I gave her shit because I think a lot of her things are just kind of like boring, and the peanut butter stuff is like I don't think it was like the best in this season. It's kind of like the same shit, but like I felt like she had very strong points against Bojack. Is like, no, you think that like you're getting better, but you're just using all these tactics to get out of doing shit. Like and like the final episode, Bojack, all the shit that he's done, he asked her to like, hey, write some shit about me, write an expose piece about me, and then like, she is a writer and she can do that, but she refuses because like, what is that gonna do? It's gonna do absolutely fuck all. It's like,
she even tried doing that to like the one remember like in season I think 3 was it, like that one like walrus guy who like did some shady shit, and like that kind of just got like rectified in like a second.
Yeah, like that shit can get like thrown under a rug.
It's very very Me Too'd of it actually. It's like before Me Too even happened. So
I'm surprised. Like when did Me Too happen? Like
It happened like in October of last year, so I think that was like right after I'm pretty sure that influenced a lot of the writing of this year. It happened like right after season 4, or like right during season 4, I think.
Really puts into question like how long it takes to produce BoJack episodes. Because like, I mean, like that was a good. That's like a but it happened in like October, so it's like that was like a big portion of like the whole season.
Yeah, I'm sure that helped a lot with the writing process for certain things.
They're pretty quick. I don't give them that.
Yeah, pretty good. Not South Park, but pretty good.
Not South Park quick. No.
Let's see what else. Well, yeah, let's see what else happened this season. Oh, we got Todd, our favorite.
Yeah, I'm glad that they wrote out all that shit about Todd. Like
immediately, like literally, like this first episode, it gets brought up in essentially.
They basically they didn't write out all the shit about him, like him being asexual. He still remains asexual in the show.
That just kind of like went away in like the second episode, essentially.
Yeah, like
cause he's got like a new girlfriend now because asexuals they can have relationships, cool, and his girlfriend's like a fish or some kind, I think. I couldn't even tell really.
Do you? Yeah, I had no fucking clue what she was. She was
like a salamander, I think. I don't know.
She's some weird.
It's like I don't know, like that one, like the fish that goes in like a vine or something.
Yeah, I'm kind of blanking out on like a lot of like portions of season 4 other than like the big moments, but like she was in season 4 like at the end.
She was in season 4 like at the end, really.
Yeah. Do you think that they had like intentions for her, but then they realized it doesn't really work with them, and then they're just like, let's just go back to Emily? Or did you just feel like that was?
I mean, even she didn't really do much in this season. She only showed up like twice.
Yeah, but I'm glad that they fucking got rid of her. I didn't really think that she was all that, and they do point out that only thing that these two characters have in common is that they're asexual.
Yeah.
I didn't really even care for that episode, really.
No, it's like they have like this weird like stupid not vaudeville, but like slapstick thing where like they have like a giant barrel of lube. The mom wants to have sex with Todd, and like she's like, dude, the best thing about sex is like having the clothes on, or asexuality is like she's like wearing a bunch of clothes, the lube spills everywhere. It's like, I don't care about that.
Yeah, it was one of the weaker episodes in the entire season, and like I was watching the episode with my mom. Actually, it was really weird. I was just sitting in the living room and just watching these characters try to fuck Todd in front of my mom. It's like
it was weird because like even at the end, it's like, God, let's have sex so we can have that money.
Yeah, yeah. You just
so
see,
even
like,
Cheeks, it's like everyone has a price, man.
Everyone has a price, even asexuals.
So
I don't feel like that's too unreasonable. If you were like asexual and someone's like, I'll give you $1 billion to fuck.
It reminds me of like there's a line in the show Archer with there's a character named Ray who's gay, and one of the characters, Lana, she's pretending to like auction off like her body to her coworkers, and like Ray takes like a number. It's like, Ray, why are you taking numbers? Like, no one's that gay.
Just like every BoJack season, we are introduced to a new girl in episode 3. It is Gina, BoJack's co-star. In episode 3, it focuses on 2 basic plot lines. Well, actually 3. Mr. Peanut Butter's there. It's more about him and Pickles. And
yeah, I think and them getting together. But we've mentioned.
No, wait, that's the one where they start.
They like introduce themselves, really.
Yeah, and the other part is we're introduced to Gina, a new girl for BoJack.
Well, we were introduced to her before. She's BoJack's co-star and Philbert.
Yeah, and
they're fuck buddies already.
Yeah, they're already fuck buddies. I think they fuck on like the first episode too.
Yeah, they do. I'm pretty sure.
This one is like BoJack's like pressing Gina on like her. She doesn't know what she wants to do. She's kind of like a no-name piece of shit actor.
Yeah.
Like, she doesn't really have any acting roles other than Philbert, which plays a little bit of something in later episodes. But
yeah.
BoJack wanted to see, like, hey, you really like musicals. Why don't you try to, sing for us and stuff? And BoJack in this episode actually does some good in this one by making Gina try to, like, confront whether or not she can make it as, like, as a musician, not a musician,
be an actor in theater, or just like to show her range in terms of like what she can do, and maybe she can get like another role or something. If you ever seen the movie La La Land, it's basically essentially like, remember if there's a part in it where Emma Stone singing to like people interviewing her for like a part. Imagine that, but like instead it kind of goes wrong, like a real like scenario where like someone like kind of her voice cracks. It's like, yeah, it's that kind of thing.
Yeah. And then, you get to other episodes. You get to like actually. Like, I feel like I'm just gonna be quite honest. I think the first episode is strong. I think the second episode of BoJack season 5 is pretty. It is pretty eh. And see,
That's the one with
that was the fucking
Diane.
lube one. That one. I don't like that.
Episode 3 was the lube one.
Oh, episode. All right, 2 and 3 of this season. I think it starts off slow. I think like most BoJack seasons, they start pretty slow, and then like that's one of the things I dislike about these series is that they're kind of like paced all the same.
Yeah,
they're kind of repetitive. But 4 and 5 I think are pretty. This is where I think start.
All right, so yeah, and then in the 4th episode, that's the one with like the actor who like Princess Carolyn brings in, who's like basically like Mel Gibson. He's like fuck the Jews and like that sort of thing.
Yeah, basically
like he beats his wife and daughter.
Basically, that's what BoJack could become.
Essentially.
Yeah, and that's also like I think that is also the one where it's like BoJack has to become like a male feminist because like the whole thing about that is that the only way to it was very I thought it was actually a pretty alright commentary, like the only way to talk about feminist talking points is only through men. It's like wow, kind of a dark sort of thing to talk about the Hollywood scene, Hollywood right scene.
The D's gone.
Yeah. And episode 5 I think was like probably one of the stronger episodes because it's about Princess Carolyn, like more about her backstory.
Yeah, about how she like when she was like a teenager and like she wanted to go to college but her mom wouldn't let her, and then she's like working as like a house worker for this like rich family, and the son got her pregnant but she got a miscarriage, which kind of leads into later shit and which happened in the previous seasons where she couldn't have a child. And she's checking on her like her surrogate mother essentially, who's gonna give the baby to her.
Yeah, you learned about her mom and she's kind of like pretty abusive actually.
Yeah,
like very like just like using her daughter's baby is not like a thing of like miracle of life, and just seeing it's like, oh, I'm gonna get a paycheck out of it. It's like,
we can get a paycheck. They'll give you food. They'll let you stay in the house and like the big bed.
It kind of explains a lot of characteristics on like Carolyn and why she's like kind of like uses like BoJack as like a stepping stone just for her. It kind of like like her mom is literally like a producer for her, and her star is the fucking baby.
Yeah,
it's like it was a pretty good. It's a pretty good episode. In that one though, it is important because Carolyn's away. Like she doesn't like when her mom lives in like she's dead. I think clear that up.
I think and then but she's away, so like everyone's kind of like fooling around on the set, and then BoJack like breaks like his arm.
Yeah, I think
or, like his back. He has like back pain. I think he essentially like breaks his back or something like, or he just like, really injures it. So he needs to take like morphine, which we'll get into that later because that's a big selling point.
Yeah, that's kind of very important. BoJack, he injured, he fucks up, and because he was getting upstaged by like people doing his own stunts. He's like, I want to do my own stunts, and like
he fucks on top of the car,
and he fucking almost dies.
Yeah,
a miracle. He almost dies like twice, and like barely mental injury, but like little to no physical injuries.
Well, I mean, the mental energy comes from the next episode.
Yeah, the next one is like kind of like is that like a bottle episode? It's kind of like because it's only self-contained.
It's really only BoJack in this episode. It's BoJack at a funeral. It's his mother's funeral.
Yeah, the episode that everyone is talking about, Free Churro, episode 6. What did you think of Free Churro, Glenn?
It probably is my favorite episode in the entire series.
I don't know. I like the episode, but I do think that there is kind of a issue with it, with just how it is. I think it's a bold episode, but like I just think that it's kind of like, because the whole episode, if you don't know, you think it's like what makes it very cool.
It's BoJack giving a eulogy to his mother and really talking about like his entire life and how like kind of messed up it is. And how messed up it is.
It's basically like a 30-minute monologue, and that's pretty cool. But the one problem with it is it's a 30-minute monologue. It's not like you're watching it and it goes like oh wow, this is just a 30-minute monologue. It's just it pretty much is just a fucking audiobook.
There's a reason why like it's just like a monologue because it's like there's a whole joke at the end. But we'll
there is a whole joke.
I
think it's good, but I just think about that like, what if I wanted to rewatch it? Oh, I don't even have to look at it. I just feel like with that monologue, I like it. I like the episode, but I do feel like there is a. There were parts of it where it's just like I zoned out because it's just like again. There's
a reason why Bojack. It's kind of weird. Like there's a reason why Bojack is like presented on the platform it is, which is funny because now it's being brought to Comedy Central.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be fun. that's gonna be like there's a commercial break where he's like shitting on his mom and goes like, "Mom, fuck you! You didn't push me on the bike." And then it's like a cutaway to a commercial like, "Get your come to AutoZone."
Yeah, but yeah. But anyway, so Bojack really kind of pours his heart out in this entire episode. You know, he's talking about like how his mom really didn't love him. She never showed him like love whatsoever. Like when she died, he got a free churro at like a Taco Bell or Jack in the Box or something.
Is that actually real?
I don't think so.
No,
I'm pretty sure if you don't tell someone that your mother died, they don't give you a free churro, Mars.
Oh, because like I was thinking of like pulling that off, like
killing your mother.
Yeah, I have been infamous for like faking mother like injuries,
faking deaths.
Yeah, faking deaths in the family for my own benefit. It's kind of a piece of shit move on my end, but
really, yeah.
I do that shit to like I did that shit to get out of shit, but I'm not gonna. I think I'd explained it on here, but I'm not gonna do that. It was a necessary. I'll say this. It sounds really shitty, but it was a necessary power move by me.
Yeah, keep it ambiguous. It's fine.
Keep it ambiguous, I wonder if I used it. I was thinking.
I don't think you've mentioned that.
No, I haven't. That's one of the trademark Mars secrets. I wonder if you can use that in school. I bet people have used that in school, like falsely.
I mean, people always said like like my grandma died while I was in school. People gave me like pity for it. I never got anything.
Grandma
free from
shows
it.
up at the parent-teacher conference and goes like,
"Wait, I thought you were dead." Anyway, but Bojack's talking about like how like his mother's last moments, like the face she makes when she dies. He's still got like a bit of like humor to it, even though it's like a very bold and solemn episode, really.
Yeah, kind of. It's pretty dark. It's pretty.
Especially, I think one of my favorite parts was just like Bojack talking about like she just kept telling me like I see you, God damn it, we were in a hospital. She was probably just reading it.
You realize like, oh, it didn't mean shit.
Yeah, because like she of course she had dementia in the last season, because like that. Yeah, and she gave Hollyhock like the accidental like fucking painkillers or whatever, or like whatever was it, like psychedelics or some shit.
Yeah, she really fucked him up. That's probably why he can't. That's actually not probably. That's the reason why he can't form any relationship with women without trying to fuck them. Yeah. Because he's just like, can't really form shit because his mom was like
this whole episode transpires. It's Bojack pouring his heart out, and he's like, you know what? We really, I know the one thing Mom wanted, and she just wanted everyone to see her. He opens the casket. He's like, is this the right room? Fucking, it's like a whole thing of like grasshoppers, just like fucking snakes just looking at him.
I don't know.
I was pretty happy.
I don't understand how that joke really works because like he addresses the audience. So it's like I don't. Maybe he was just on drugs or something. Probably why.
Maybe.
But it's like he does look at the audience in the episode, so it's just like
several times he mentions that those for some reason there's like a guy with a drum set in there or something.
Yeah, I know. Like that main joke is like kind of. It's not really ruined because I still laughed at it. I didn't laugh hard, but I laughed at it.
I laughed.
But it was just like, wait a minute, don't you look at the audience? He clearly was looking at the audience.
I'm pretty sure it's like he was kind of blinded by like his own eulogy and like giving like pouring his heart out because he really never does that. It's like a whole selling point, like the whole theme of this season is like he never asks for help. He never talks to anyone about this shit.
I don't know. It is just very strange. I never been
like the one time he does it, he's like the people he doesn't fucking know.
I've never been blinded by rage enough to where I don't think I could remember like people in the room, but
I think that's the whole joke, Mars. I think that's kind of the point.
I'm missing the whole joke, but it's just like, damn, he's like, it really makes you think like, damn, he's fucked up.
Is that the right room?
This is interesting.
Yeah. But the next episode was the one with Diane's therapist.
Oh yeah, those two fucking like Wanda Sykes and some other blank chick.
That's probably my least favorite episode of this one.
Yeah, it's like a really weird one. They use like these two like black therapists as like a framing device,
which is funny because it's probably one of the most important.
Yeah.
But yeah, it revolves around, you know, Diane's therapist and her wife. Wife. Yeah. Was it Wanda Sykes?
Wanda Sykes. I don't know the other one.
I don't know the other one.
I know Wanda Sykes' voice from Anywhere.
I know the skunk from Over the Hedge Anywhere. Oh god. All right. Anyway, fucking yeah. So yeah, it's a whole episode where her therapist and her wife are talking about like their relationship with all the BoJack characters, but you know it's kind of like a story where they don't want to like expose any of the people's like real names. So like the whole episode is like interpreted as like, you know, like Todd's like a 5-finger like face. Princess Carol, and it's like a transparent like illusion or some shit. It's called the angsty zebra.
I like that in the thing that was like I found was very humorous that they call themselves out on their bullshit and how like this way of they're telling the story makes no fucking sense.
Yeah, it was kind of losing me at some points. Just like, man, like I guess that's the point. I know it's the point of these episodes. Like it's not helping me.
Yeah.
But anyway,
it was a really like, you know, because I you know, I mentioned the visual problem. It was like episode 6 is like where it's just, it's just fucking audio. You don't have to fucking look at it. But like, you know, I just think that was one of the stronger episodes. And it's just kind of like with this one, it's like, yeah, this one,
bad.
Kind of a drag.
Yeah, but there's a lot of important things that happen. Like, it kind of focuses more on Diane and Bojack's thing, and you know, some shit happens where you know she gets an inside source about Bojack's shady shit from a couple seasons ago.
Was that in episode 8 where like that black chick? I forget.
Yeah, she did come back. Yeah, that was in that episode.
Oh, because like I was just like,
because like the episode 10 happens like a few things later. She doesn't find that out during the Halloween thing, which is next.
Yeah. But yeah, and 8 I actually think is like one of the ones I liked a lot because they use a little bit of backstory of Mr. Peanut Butter and like how he's just kind of like
everyone in this season basically has their own episode essentially, aside from like Todd.
Yeah, everyone again. Todd is just kind of like thrown to the fucking wayside because like I don't know what to really do with him.
They really don't know what to do with him at this point. Like he just kind of like
he's always been like that guy that they just use like, oh, you fucking do this, your odd job. Now he's like the boss of like a runs kind of shit at like the what time is it .com or something, which
some shit like that.
He's just not really involved anymore. Like he's kind of friends with Bojack, but once
and now it's like they don't really even talk that much anymore.
Yeah, once that relationship kind of died, it's like, oh fuck, what do we do with him?
Yeah, I kind of like Todd when he's like interacting with Bojack, and he didn't really do that too much this season.
I wonder if they'll ever get back to that. Actually, I think the fucking 6th season's probably gonna be in, but later. But
yeah, it's gonna be we'll see how that turns out.
But
anyway, so in this episode, it's like it's a Halloween party at Bojack's place that it's been going on for 25 years apparently.
That he does not run himself.
He never runs himself. Mr. Peanut Butter just brings the party to his house for some reason. Because of like a misinformation.
So Mr. Peanut Butter basically whenever he just brings a new young chick to like party.
Every few years it's always like a new girl.
Yeah.
You know, it was like first it was like his wife who I don't remember her name, but yeah. Like his first wife.
I forget her fucking
and then Jessica Biel.
Jessica Biel.
And our favorite. We love Stealth, yeah.
Jessica Biel.
The fun fact, like every single we've done fucking 2 Bojack episodes. Each time we mentioned Jessica Biel and Stealth. I think I've cut it out of both episodes. So.
You cut it out?
I'm pretty sure I cut it out, or like I mentioned it or something.
Dude, we gotta talk about Stealth one day.
Anyway, so the next girlfriend is Diane, of course, and then now of course in modern day it's Pickles, after Mr. Peanut Butter and Diane got a divorce.
Yeah, and Diane and Pickles finally meet, and it's just kind of
I mean, they met beforehand, but now it's like as a relationship.
Oh yeah, they met before. Now they kind of meet, and Diane actually gives her some advice on like how to handle this relationship.
How to handle Mr. Peanut Butter.
Yeah, don't think it was a pretty good episode. It kind of reveals that Mr. Peanut Butter he's not really like a bad intentioned guy still.
No,
but like,
he isn't.
He's just kind of like he's just like an actual dog. Like he just like he sees once people grow old and start being less playful, he just moves on to like
he never grew up.
Yeah.
He's like a man-child, essentially.
He is a man-child. He's fucking...
He's Adam Sandler.
He is basically Adam Sandler. He makes shit movies. Actually,
I don't think he makes any movies.
Yeah,
he's on like a couple TV shows, and like he pretended to be a bad boy in like the 4th episode.
That's pretty funny.
And then that was pretty good. He's like, I want to be a bad boy. He's like, he ends up like helping like a lot of people unintentionally.
Yeah.
It's like he throws like a pack of cigarettes down. It's like, yeah, fuck you. He's like, thank you, man. I was gonna, I have those fucking death sticks that were gonna kill me one of these days. God damn it. Oh, poop.
You just can't hate him.
Fucking yeah, and he's always been so innocent. He's like, yeah, it's like my mom went to like a farm. It's like it's where all the dogs go. They play around. It's like, oh my god, she's dead.
He's so innocent, but like he's actually kind of a piece of shit on a down low.
Haven't seen my dad ever since he went to the farm. Oh my god, my dad's dead.
Poor guy.
Poor guy. I like how like everyone he was taking like all the limelight when fucking Bojack's mom died after like the whole like episode where like he pours his heart out. Hal had a bit more to say other than that his mom died.
But it was a pretty strong episode. There were some things that were pretty good, like Carolyn, just like because like her only DVD when she was a kid or VHS was like Amelia Earhart, so he just dresses up as Amelia Earhart to every
that was a callback to the 5th episode. It's nice, it's cute. And then like it's like the episode constantly goes back and forth for like time and like from like 1995 where like Todd's like a 6-year-old and like in like yeah come back in 5 years. Like in 5 years later, hey, can I come in now? Sure.
It's weird. That's a really weird introduction to him, but okay.
Just looking, yeah. Well, we had more things like pickles and that shit. And it was cool. And then Bojack's like, come back next year, guys. And then then the next episode, Hollyhock returns. Even though I think she like called him like the episode beforehand a couple. Yeah.
She did. It was very brief. It was like stop calling.
Very brief. It was kind of odd. She had a lot to do this season. Last season, she's really on the wayside this time.
Did they announce that she was going to college in that one or no? Or did she just leave?
I know. I mean, the end of last season, she was going back to like see her mom, and that was about it. We didn't really,
It was I like seeing well fuck my mic moved, but it's good, but like I like seeing Hollyhock.
Me too.
Kind of like the only like Mr. Peanut Butter. She's kind of like the only like pure character in the show that has like not really that things about her that's kind of fucked up. She's kind of like she's just like kind of a kid.
She's a kid. She's basically Bojack, like since he's his sister.
Yeah, like what. Yeah, it's kind of like really cool to see like Bojack actually like, he does have like a, messed up shit that he does with her or messed up shit that happened because of him. But
so like, in the episode where she comes back, she kind of like has a PTSD attack because last time she was in Bojack's house, Bojack's mother gave her like some medicine that wasn't meant for her, so she kind of tripped out and almost died essentially. So she flips out when she finds out Bojack has pills and she drops him down the garbage chute or the garbage disposal in the sink. I needed those.
Just a little baby. It's like, oh, you have one near-death experience. Now you're scared of prescription pills. What a baby.
Essentially. But yeah, the whole episode is Bojack trying to get prescription pills from, like, he basically, like, he steals them from a couple people. Like, he steals them from Gina at one point, which I thought that was going to, like, play into something. I thought she was going to, like, accidentally die or something when that happened.
Yeah, and basically, like, Bojack just wastes the entire, like, day that he has with Hollyhock.
Hey, dude. It's like, hey, I didn't really need them.
Yeah.
It's the whole thing.
It's just like, he like his the whole episode is basically saying like Bojack's addiction to painkillers was more important than spending time with like his actual sister.
Well, I mean, you have to do both. Come on, man.
Oh man, that's such a fun thing with my brother who I barely know. Is like, want to help me?
Let's go buy some meth, dude.
Let's go buy some fucking meth from like in this fucking dirty alley or like this dirty bridge. It's like, and he actually
the reservoir in LA. The fucking cat shows up.
Yeah. It was pretty fucked up. They didn't realize that he's still like kind of an emotional retard. Doesn't know how to say "I love you" too back to her.
And then Hollyhock leaves, and she's like, man, did I make the right decision? No, you didn't. She's like, it's kind of the point where like she's so innocent where she doesn't really like know what to do at that point.
Yeah, so like just
like, I don't really know what to do with to help you, man.
It's like I was like, you're probably paying for my college. I don't know what the fuck, but like kind of a mess, Bojack. Ugh.
And she doesn't really do anything after that. She just goes back to college.
No, I don't think she has like any sort of like thing back with her.
Yeah.
Alex is one of my favorite characters in the show. Way to fuck it up, asshole. And then like Bojack's just kind of like, you know, he's kind of fucked up because of that. He goes like, kind of just drives into like traffic, which he doesn't really sustain any real lasting injuries.
No, it's just kind of he crashes, and then like the next episode takes place like a couple months later, and that's where like the Philbert premiere happens.
Yeah, Philbert premieres, and it's a fucking hit because
it kind of leads off thinking like, oh, Bojack's like fixed now, like the experience kind of helped him, or like, oh no, he's still taking the medicine. Oh, you know, it's cool he's dating Gina, and like Philbert, everything's looking up for Bojack aside from the the whole morphine addiction. Or, amphetamine addiction. Not
opioid.
Fucking painkiller. Opioid. That's a
Bro,
better
Kanye was addicted to those. You gotta get it straight.
Everyone's addicted to opioids.
He was, like, really fat when he was on opioids. That's when he was making that slavery was not a choice shit, but... Those
last year?
Bro, I need to get some of those opioids he's in on. It's like... them shits are getting people to say, like, slavery was good.
It's true.
I wonder what kind of shit I'll say if I was on fucking opioids. It'll be like... Actually, I say dumb.
Let's not.
I always say like dumb shit all the time, like off opioids.
This time it'd be true.
Yeah, it'll be true.
Oh god. All right. Anyway, so yeah, this episode, the Philbert premiere happens,
and it's
it's a thing we were talking about before.
Yeah, but this time I feel we should mention that like because fucking Flip is such a retard, they had to hire Diane to be on it, and it plays into that.
I think we forgot to mention in the episode 7, I believe. That's where Diane found out about the whole thing with Bojack and the 17-year-old girl from seasons back, and she actually writes that into the show.
Yeah.
So that's how. So that kind of fucks with Bojack a lot.
He's like reading his lines like, wait a minute, I fucked a 17-year-old girl.
I didn't fuck a 17-year-old girl.
Wait,
I almost did though.
Almost. He's just like Kevin Spacey. Holy shit, they knew about Kevin Spacey, except replace a boy with a girl.
Yeah, it's a whole turmoil with Diane and Bojack some more. Like Bojack, as we mentioned before, Diane calls him out on his shit essentially.
Yeah, I think we're on the which one? We're on the premiere part.
We're on episode 10. There's 2 more episodes.
Yeah,
and it gets worse from here.
I don't know if she should have like confronted. I don't know. I think it was. Yeah,
I do think it was like a poor time to do that because it's like the red carpet premiere. He's at the premiere of his ego right now. You should not have an argument with him. He's not gonna agree with you whatsoever.
Yeah, maybe could have done it somewhere, but I'm glad that she like came at him. It's like, yo, what the fuck? You're misinterpreting.
Yeah.
Like she was like a whole thing of like him misinterpreting like what her script and what her story meant, which you know obviously fans.
Fans talking about perceiving themselves as Rick Sanchez. Come on, guys.
We're all Rick Sanchez.
We are all Rick Sanchez.
We're all Bojack. We're all Rick Sanchez on the inside.
We are all Rick Sanchez. Everyone else is a Morty.
Really, we're all fucking Todd. Really on the inside.
No, we are not. We are not all asexuals.
We're all Todd in thinking, not in like sexuality, Glum.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
We're all like fucking.
We're man children who can't have sex.
We're all man children that freeload off of others. We're probably all living with people watching this are probably living with their parents.
This is like the episode where like Todd makes the sex robot, isn't it?
Oh yeah, that thing.
That's a whole subplot I don't like.
I didn't really like.
I get what it's supposed to represent. Like it's like, oh man,
big corporate
Me
Hollywood.
too.
But I just felt like that was just kind of like one of those things. Like, what did we do with Todd? Oh, he builds this fucking dumb contraption again, and
he builds this contraption. We'll have a Me Too statement.
Yeah. I don't mind that it's like a statement like that. I just feel like it's just like we need to give shit.
I felt it could have been handled better.
Really?
When it's like a dumb shit Todd makes, it's like it doesn't really have the same impact for me. At least.
To me, it just like kind of just came off as just like, well, we need something to do. He has literally nothing to do, so like he'll mate Harvey Weinstein, a robot version.
Because he wanted to have sex with Emily Elizabeth, but not really. Speaking of Emily, did you see that part where like she's like, some asexuals have sex, right?
Is that true?
You saw that, right?
I did hear that.
Yeah. I heard that. She said that once. She said that to Todd, like I guess as a last ditch to like try.
I think that was.
I don't know if that was like kind of like manipulative on her part, because I do know some asexuals who like kind of reformed and just like, yeah, sex is alright. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not gonna speak from experience. Aside from that, fuck. But so yeah, anyway, so Bojack, Philbert premieres. He's on top of the world. Fuck Diane. He kisses Gina. It's like a nice swell of music, and Philbert's a great success. It's gonna be recalled for a second season.
Then Diane leaves, and the show just turns into fucking drivel.
But yeah, so yeah, the next episode is like it basically switches between like Bojack's perspective and like the actual character of Philbert, which he's kind of like. It's kind of like he's kind of letting that character take him over.
Yeah, it's kind of
not a good thing.
Not a good thing. It's basically like every Bojack. Have you noticed this? I notice people just like, well, it's the later part of the season, so obviously it gets darker. But like every episode 11 is like the fucking like bomb that drops on Bojack.
Essentially,
pretty much everyone. No, it's like every episode 11 is when the bomb drops, and when one character that he's wrong says like "fuck" or "get the fuck out of here, you fucking freak" or something.
It's either that or the finale.
Yeah,
it's one or the other.
It's like I think it's every episode 11. There's like a character that says "fuck," which they never say "fuck" in the show, except for that one moment in the series.
It's always like the big moment where like someone says "fuck Bojack" or the other way around. I think.
Yeah.
Someone at least says it. Like it's usually towards him. I think last season he said it to his mom. I think.
Yeah. Fuck you, mom.
Now she's dead.
Dies.
Anyway, but yeah. So in this episode is kind of Bojack like going off the deep end. Essentially, he's getting more addicted into the opioids.
Yeah, I like this episode. I mean, like it's kind of compared to the other ones, I didn't really think it was like the most like dark thing that he's done.
It really isn't until the end, which we'll get to.
Yeah, but I like his like drug trip with all the musicals and stuff.
Yeah, I like that part a lot. It's like it's Gina actually singing like a decently and like a whole thing with him.
Was that like the actor like sing or no?
I don't know. It'd be cool if it was. But anyway, I like the parts where like it goes back into Philbert and how stupid the fucking story is.
Yeah.
It's like Mr. Peanut Butter's like, hey man, it's like I'm your Tyler Durden. It's like, yeah, and then it's like the nukes went off. I still at least the froyo is still open. It's so stupid. But anyway, yeah, the whole big thing that happens in this episode is Bojack's going off the deep end. It's kind of affecting his relationship with Gina. It's very violent and
like punches a fucking wall. It like makes me question like Bojack's actual strength. He like punches the wall and it crumbles. It's like Jesus Christ.
It depends on what the wall's made of. It's possible to punch a wall, man.
I know it's possible to punch a wall, but it's like, come on. I think that was like an actual role to find like marble wall or something.
Yeah, that's a good point. Also, I think they mentioned before like Bojack's like, yeah, I weigh like 2 tons.
Yeah, it's like an actual like power of like a horse. So it's like.
Yeah. You can't run. It's fat.
Yeah,
fat horses are cursed. I don't like fat horses.
All of them are like fat. They like run like not like how they're designed. They like run on like hind legs. And they're like in the season 4 episode.
Wow. Anyway, but yeah. So he gets into a fight with Gina, and like Gina finds out that he's been taking the opioids. Even though he really doesn't need them. She's like, oh, this is what's happening? Yeah. And so she tries to take him away from him. Like Bojack kind of gets a bit physical with her. And he's like, I'm leaving you. And then Bojack breaks up with like, another girlfriend. And it kind of gets worse where, on the set they're recording, they're shooting a scene where Philbert chokes his partner who she plays. And Bojack kind of gets into it a little bit, you see.
He's like a method actor. He's like thinking
about. Yeah, he's like Daniel Day-Lewis. He's gotta keep. Yeah. Daniel
Day-Lewis plays a pedophile. He gets really into character in real life.
He's the tattletale strangler. He's gangster.
Daniel Day-Lewis like, I'm just playing a character. I'm trying to get into character. Millie Bobby Brown. Hello. Drake's going up for some role. He's like getting really into character. He's like in some movie with her. He's text her every day.
Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, Bojack, he gets a little bit too ahead of himself in terms of his character, and he fucks up her neck and like he rings it essentially. You see like the imprint on his hand on there.
Yeah, I can't imagine like, you know, I'm surprised she didn't die or like get like her neck didn't snap.
Asphyxiation, which is funny because like that's like a whole thing in like season 2. I think.
I can't imagine being choked by like a thing with like horse's strength and fully on a
and then living. I mean, if females can take it in, well, fucking Mr. Hand was a bitch.
Fucking, we need like fucking stick his. But like, anyways,
he has sex with multiple females throughout the series, Mars.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty fucked up. I want to see that.
You want to see Mr. Hands in Bojack version, but like it's a female.
I want to see Bojack fuck Mr. Hands, but it's just like damn. Imagine what horses with like hands.
Be terrifying.
Imagine like horses instead of hooves, they just had fucking hands and they just got pissed off at their owner and started choking him.
Yeah. Oh, never mind. Oh, there's a. Oh, never mind. You didn't see it.
Yeah. So, and the next episode is like really awkward. It was like, cause like all the staff is like, I guess they can't really do anything about it, but it was like I feel like they had to go under like some aliases so they don't get fucking blacklisted for like outing.
Essentially, because like some people were recording on set and it's like, oh, we gotta fucking shut this down like a little bit. We gotta keep this on the down low, and you know, it's like, all right, you Bojack, Gina, you gotta go on an interview. You gotta say it's all fun and games. It's all a joke.
Yeah, it's probably another harassment commentary. Is like, yeah, because like. If Bojack basically, if he came out and the whole thing is like, if Bojack came out and admitted what was happening was true, then Gina would just be like, her whole career would just be shrouded in like the guy Bojack abused.
It's like, if you do this, I'm just gonna be the girl that you choked on set once.
It pretty much is.
Yeah.
I mean,
especially this, like, this is my chance to like make it in like in the industry. It's like I could this could make or break me, and I don't want that to be the case. It's kind of it's really heavy.
Yeah, it's really heavy. It's like, oh, that's kind of probably real for some people.
Essentially,
because like, oh, if you say this thing, I'll just be your fucking like little abuse victim that no one knows about other than that.
Yeah.
So Bojack is kind of still just getting, at this point, is still getting away from it, and that's when he asked Diane to write shit about him, and like Diane's like, no, fix yourself, and then Bojack, by the end of it, he just kind of goes to rehab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. That's where Bojack is now. He's unlike other people like Amy Winehouse, he went to rehab.
The whole thing was like, maybe you'll be a better person, but at least you're trying to make a. It's more like he's like you'll probably still end up being a shitty person.
Yeah, with the way the show is going, I think it's only gonna get worse because it's like every season, like it's just one thing that's like kind of amped up the shit on top of the pile that Bojack is like just kind of made.
I don't know. I kind of wish that like part of the season this one was more about like, I don't know, maybe we could have saw Bojack go to rehab earlier and we could see him do that, because like I feel like there were some episodes where it's useless.
What the rehab is actually gonna entail?
Yeah, what that will entail instead of just leaving us on a cliffhanger, because like I didn't really need Todd's asexual fucking mishaps. Like I didn't really feel like I wanted to know that. I didn't really feel like that was even that very strong anyways. So
no, it really wasn't.
I don't know. I did.
And the season ends with like Todd like zapping the fucking sex robot with a taser. It's like, really? All right.
That's like a fucking what the fuck is that movie with the what's his name?
Of Mice and Men.
Lenny? Yeah, Lenny. I forget that movie's name all the time.
It's a book, but there's movies.
I watched the movie. I didn't read the book. I didn't read a lot of like. There's like, for some reason, like the school wanted me to read like I forget the fucking book. They didn't suggest us to read.
Grapes of Wrath. What?
They didn't let us read any good books. I think the only one that they made us do was maybe like Kill a Mockingbird. That's it.
That's a good one.
It's the only one. No one. They didn't let us read like Catcher in the Rye or something.
That's a shame. I read Beowulf. I read Mockingbird. Shit. Oh, well, anyway, yeah, that's BoJack Season 5. What do you think the next season's gonna entail, Mars?
I think I can predict everything that's gonna happen. All the shit from you can't have like the whole thing will be it'll go back to that one girl because like they literally written stories.
They really do like that whole thing with it. They've always gone back to it at least like every season once.
Yeah, like they'll go back to where like BoJack tried to have sex with that underage girl, and that'll be like probably like the big thing where like where the mom comes out and says something about it because he does call them back.
Yeah, he calls the dad.
He calls the dad, but he pussies out.
Yeah.
So like they'll be involved. Like they're not like gone. Like the thing's not over.
Yeah.
It'll probably be like the thing that pushes BoJack into being a drug addict again. I feel like the start of the season, the next one will just be like BoJack is clean. But then once the shit comes out against him, he will be forced back to either drinking or he'll be back to popping prescription pills again. And that'll just be it. And I don't know about the end. I think BoJack will just, I don't know, OD or something.
That'd be...
I think the next season will probably be the last one because there were like, in this season, there were like very vague hints about like, I think by the creator saying like my show's going on too long.
Yeah.
So.
Anyway, well, I mean, all the characters they're in, it's kind of like an inverse of the last season. Like almost every character's in a good spot except for BoJack.
I mean,
Mr. Peanut
is
Butter
Diane in a good spot?
Not really. No, she's the only one aside from that.
I mean, like she kind of went inside a tunnel, which was kind of funny because like I was reading a comment and someone said like, I think that's supposed to represent Princess Diana. Because she went inside a tunnel.
Oh shit!
And then she's also called Diane.
She also called Princess Diana in the fucking like episode where like
yeah. Hope she dies. Maybe she dies in the next.
Oh god.
One. She runs.
Let's hope not. That's gonna be fucked if that's the case.
I feel like I also know what's gonna happen with her. That Mr. Pickle, not Mr. Pickles, Mr. Peanut Butter. Mr. Peanut Butter's gonna break up with Pickles because I don't see that being a long-lasting relationship, and he'll get back. With
at the end of this season, fucking Mr. Peanut Butter proposes to Pickles just because he can't bring himself to break up with her, even though he fucked Diane again.
I like that. It's like, oh man, it's so hard for me to break up, but it's so easy for me to marry you. It's like,
that's a good point. And then
your priorities.
Princess Carolyn gets her nice baby hedgehog porcupine.
I wonder if she'll get like back together with like the mice guy because like
I hope so. I really do
nice
because
guy.
he's really nice. I love him. And I forgot to mention this. The one thing that pissed me off was like that one episode where he comes back and it's like, yeah, I want to help you. I want to do this with you. It's like, no, I want to do this all by myself. It's like you know what? And she convinces the mom to take the baby back. It's like, god damn it.
Oh yeah, she didn't even get the fucking baby. Oh wait, she had the later one, didn't she?
She did. She got the hedgehog one or the porcupine.
Oh yeah, she fucked a porcupine. That's fucking weird.
Yeah, that's weird.
Ugh.
Yeah. Anyway,
they have weird wieners.
They do. Well, so do fucking echidnas.
They have like 3.
They have like 6 heads.
Ugh.
Yeah. Anyway, BoJack. We'll see how it goes for next season. Hopefully there's be more fun things to talk about that aren't, harassment related.
Yeah. Where would you rank this one though? Because like
it's probably, I think season 3 is my favorite.
I think 3. I like 3 and 4, but I don't.
3 and 4 is pretty good.
I put this one below it because I felt like there were episodes that were just kind of and like the bigger ones were just like compared to other ones, they weren't really that great in comparison. Yeah. But
I'll say this: I still do think that the Churro episode, the one with BoJack monologuing, is still my favorite episode. That's probably something I'll probably like rewatch occasionally.
Or you re-listen to because it's fucking audio.
Why? Yeah, exactly. Re-listen to essentially. It's like essentially. But yeah, yeah. So. Yeah, I'd probably say this is like I'm exactly where you are. I'll say season 3, season 4, and season 5. Or that's probably my order right now.
Yeah, I felt like this season also was this kind of. Did it go by like it felt like it just like you just went through it and it felt like there was no time passed at all?
No, actually, it kind of because I watched that and then I watched American Vandal and that felt like it breezed by.
I think there's less episodes in that season too.
There are. I mean, no, there's like 8 episodes in both seasons.
Really? I thought there was. 12.
There's less. BoJack's 12. I'm saying like. I mean, but also like American Vandal has like 45-minute episodes essentially. And then BoJack has like 30-minute episodes.
I thought they were like 30.
Yeah.
But
No, BoJack has like 26 minute episodes. Yeah.
like, hold on, how many episodes of
And I guess
Vandal?
I think for me, like I think the season, yeah, it did kind of slow down in some parts, but when it was good, I think it was really.
I felt like completely opposite. I felt like I just blew through them. I don't even know how, because like I had like a fucking like weird busy schedule, and it's like, I didn't feel like I just feel like I just like they just happened so fast. It's like, oh shit, I barely even got to like retain some of them because like how fast they were. I felt like also just like I hope in the next season that they change stuff up and how the episodes are again structured, because like they're just kind of like, I can tell when the moment will happen. The emotional beats are kind of very samey, but
yeah,
I don't know. There's some good imagery in this. I think the last season's imagery was a lot better too. Cause like they had like those
like they had like the fly episode where like the boat.
Yeah, like there's like cool ones where like Bojack is like confronted with that one balloon that Diane releases, which was kind of like one of those things where like, oh, she released him from his life, I guess, and then like Bojack in his drunk stupor looks up at it and is like, oh, that's a pretty cool shot, but like
And then the one episode where like Bojack's mother's past, which has like probably some of the best visuals.
Yeah, I just like some of the season 4 because like they use like kind of like sketchy ones, like they kind of look like what the storyboards kind of look like.
Yeah, when Bojack's like kind of flipping out, it's like, dude, you're
yeah, those were cool.
That
is one aspect where I felt like I was kind of disappointed on. Like it's just kind of like, oh, there's none of the cool like visuals that he gets, and it's like really fucking weird because like he takes drugs, so you'd think that he would have like some very trippy shit, and it only happens maybe like once.
Yeah, and I think season 3 is probably my favorite overall season. I think I like a lot of episodes in that, like the one where it's underwater, and the I think the ending of season 3 is really still powerful. Like the Nina Simone's song at the end still always gets.
Was season 3 the one where Todd confronts Bojack, says stop being a shitty person? Okay, that one, that was a really good.
Because that's when Bojack like leaves and like, yeah, I haven't seen you in like 6 months.
Yeah, but I hope season 6 is just the end of Bojack, to be honest, because like I just feel like it's just going around. It's like he either needs to like I don't know, just gain some closure, or just OD.
All right, we'll see.
He'll probably overdose and die like fucking what's her name? Carolyn? Not Carolyn. Full House chick.
Huh. Oh, Sarah Lynn.
I was thinking Carolyn. He'll probably fucking end up like her. That's the one thing I did like, that like Diane just fucking calls him out like, you're just fucking.
That was messed up.
Yeah, that was fucking probably one of the darkest moments in like the entire series. He goes like, remember Sarah Lynn? Fucking asshole. Remember that shit? Yeah. Fucked up, bro.
Anyway, all right. So yeah, Bojack. We'll have to see where it goes. It's
I gotta watch that Christmas special. I have never seen it.
I have watched it. I watched it a couple years ago.
I kind of want to like save it for like actually Christmas.
Yeah, it's good for that. It's actually a pretty alright Christmas special.
Mm-hmm. But instead of that, Glem, what do you think of
Yes.
This is on a side note, just for the viewers. What do you think of American Vandal season 2 so far?
I liked it. I liked it a lot. I like the premise. I like the actual production of it. I do think I liked season 1 a little bit better because I think there's more like, not heart, but like sort of like more. I liked how the film crew and the actual actors and the people who were involved with it kind of have more of a connection.
Oh, because it was actually at their school.
It was actually at their school, so it's like you don't really.
Yeah,
know
they kind of
people.
are just kind of like freelance fucking documentarians and just like walking around people. It's kind of like there's less like of a thing where like, oh, if we don't catch the guy, who gives a shit? What happens to us? It's like, that is kind of true, but I do like I think I like season 2 a lot because of just how ridiculous it is.
I do like how ridiculous this is. I think the premise sells it for a lot for me. It's fucking you're the fucking turd burglar.
I'm not the turd burglar.
You're the turd burglar.
Yeah.
Fucking you're the basketball kid.
I am not. You're the fucking like
You are. You literally are. You finished that season?
I got one more, but I'm pretty sure who I think it is. I feel like season 1 though. I felt like it was very. I don't know. I feel like with season 1, I kind of just guessed who it was, and I just ended up being right. Like I kind of like played my instincts of like
I mean, wasn't it kind of ambiguous?
It was ambiguous still, but it was kind of just like, yeah, I know you're full of shit. I'm not gonna release who, but like, you know, guess who it is. Interested who's a turd burglar is. I got like one more episode left, but
it's a pretty good.
I would say fuck Bojack. Watch American Vandal more, because I think that's a better series so far.
Yeah, our friend's son's like, hey, I'm gonna watch Bojack all 5 seasons. Like, I want to watch either American Vandal or Bojack's. Like, Bojack's 5 seasons, it kind of has some slow bits. You know, it takes some time to get used to. You know, every kind of there's a lot of hit or miss some stuff sometimes. But if I had to choose, I'd say start with American Vandal, then watch Bojack. I think both shows are great though. All right. Anyway, so let's get into some questions, Mars. All right. So anyway, if you want to ask us a question, be sure to join the Half and Half Discord page and ask us stuff in questions and suggestions. See, we'll add everyone when we are going to start recording, and you can ask them some questions. We don't have too many this time, but anyway, see what we got. From CK Draw Stuff. Who is your favorite online artist? Safe for work or not safe for work?
Artist. Glum, I think you know yours already. Is it the fucking Elmer Fudd guy?
Yeah, it's Elmer Fudd.
I called it like it.
He doesn't draw very much anymore.
I called his OC like Elmer Fudd, and like it happened.
No.
Favorite artist? Corn. There's like this one artist I follow. No, I think it's like Chicken with Thai. She draws like these really cool, like, I think Egyptian inspired. I don't know. She's pretty cool. I think, is it she or he? I think it's a she. She's pretty cool. I don't know. There's like a lot of things with like Twitter and stuff that you just follow artists that your friends retweet, but you don't actually retain their names. So it's like kind of.
Yeah, that's understandable. I follow a lot of artists. So yeah, probably my favorite artist is Justin Durden, JMD. Yeah, he's a really cool artist. He does a lot of nice things.
One of my favorite artists would be I think some of the like people that work on Skullgirls. I think
they're very cool.
Artists. I think who the fuck is the guy that Metal Gear artist? What's his name? What the fuck is his name? Yoji Shinkawa. I think he's one of my favorite artists because he just kind of not oil paintings, but like the way how he draws them are just like fucking incredible. I think he like painted like one live and it was like awesome. It's like, damn, he like one-shotted that shit and he did it perfect. Yeah, Yoji Shinkawa is pretty cool. Gendy's pretty cool. I like some of his art.
Let's see. I'm trying to think of like something like you could maybe see like people who want to read like comics or something. I'd have to say, I guess the JMD guy. He makes this cute little comic with the creator of Miss Melee, which is also a pretty good, nice little comic. Called Salvadoria. It's about this Latina superhero. It's like she's in like this little chibi world of some kind, like a bunch of like female superheroes. It's alright. It's cute. I like all like the art, like pixel art, and like those bumpers from like Paul Robertson
those are really cool.
For
Adult Swim.
But there's one other. There's one called.
On those two.
And there's these two guys. What's the fuck? Wow, God, what's her name? I know there's Brad and Leslie. They created a comic called Blaster Nation. There's also like a not safe for work comic called Rock Cocks. Yeah, they're pretty good. I recommend them.
Those are some of ours, I guess.
It's only one more question essentially. From Nell. From Nil? Yeah. From Nil. What's your dream career?
My dream career?
What's your dream career?
Photographer or cinematographer.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Glum can be a director.
Me, I just want. Fuck no, probably not gonna be a director. Really, I just want to work at anything and like, I want to work in anything in the industry. That's probably the best, like, most reliable goal.
I just want to work in like TV and film. I want to be like a cameraman, basically.
Yeah, if I work in like anything in like communications or film, I'm pretty much happy. That's my dream career.
I'd work on the fucking
Doesn't need-
Today Show, just getting people's coffee.
Yeah, it's like I'm not an intern. I don't want to work as a fucking intern. I want to do something technical, Mars.
I want to be an intern, and then I want to move there. I would get people's coffee for like 10 years, and then I'll be a camera.
Okay, yeah, then it'll be on camera.
They'll give me a camera one day.
One day, work for NBC.
Dude, we could be like a half and half team up. We could be the retarded black version.
Half and half studio.
They'd be like the retarded half hack version of like the Coen brothers.
We're like the Wachowski sisters. Yeah.
We'll be like the Hughes brothers and get our ass beat by Tupac.
Anyway, let's end this bad boy, Mars.
All right, that has been Bojack. We're all Bojack on the inside. Yeah.
Yeah, back in the 90s, we made a very successful TV show, and here we are.
We're all a bunch of washed-up celebrities that are struggling drug addicts and need rehab.
We're all who played Urkel?
Fucking Jaleel White.
Jaleel White. We're all Jaleel White.
We're all fucking Jaleel White, where you get like one of those like fucking top 10s that says like top 10 celebrities that died, and it's just like Jaleel White's there, and it's like he's not dead.
What?
Yeah,
he's not
there's
dead.
Like one where it goes like top 10 celebrities is like dead, and it has like 20 million views, and it's like Jaleel White's on the thumbnail.
I'm pretty sure that's fake.
It is fake. It's just like, wait a minute, he's not dead.
He has been in like nothing. He was in
Sonic, I think.
Is he?
Probably.
Why? Just because he played Sonic a couple
Yeah,
times?
fans love him as Sonic. What if you see like Jaleel? You know that one guy that's like getting like roast? No, you know that one guy like Jeffrey Owens that got roasted for like working at like Trader Joe's? What if you saw like Jaleel White one day just like working at like Walmart? He goes like, Jaleel, Urkel.
Yeah, no, it'll be.
Did you do that? There's gotta there's like a lot of celebrities doing that. Like they're probably like working low key at like Walmart or like Target.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be like Andy Kaufman. He's gonna like work at a restaurant because he can.
Bro, don't make fun of Jeffrey Owens working at Trader Joe's, but low key,
I'm making fun of Andy Kaufman.
low key, if he was
Nah,
working at
she's cool.
Kmart, flame him.
Yeah, exactly.
You should not.
All right, anyway.
Even poor people shouldn't be working at Kmart. Come on.
All right. Anyway, that's the Half and Half podcast. Thank you guys for listening. You can check us out on SoundCloud, and you can also, keep watching if you subscribe to MarsReviews.
Bro, if I catch if I know any of you fuckers are like working at Kmart, you're getting blocked.
You can also subscribe to Mars's Patreon. We might do some shit with that later. I don't know. We'll
If you work at Kmart, I will kill you.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think anyone's working at Kmart anymore. No. All right, let's
Fuck you,
see you
Kmart.
guys.
Fuck you, Sears. Fuck Bojack. Bye-bye. Oh, fuck, 17. Yes, I'm in the
zone, the auto
the
zone.
green zone.
Yeah,
Get in the zone.
we're not
Gross.
sponsored. Fucking all right.
Is
But,
any wait? What the fuck is any like podcast
Sponsored
by
by AutoZone? I'm pretty sure not.
Like, what the fuck kind of sponsor would that be? It's like,
It's like a
if you
radio show.
Yeah, if you enjoy Howard Stern, check out our sponsor AutoZone.
Oh god.
I just like double toasted instead of like GameFly. They were sponsored by AutoZone.
Sponsored by Dollar Shave. No.
No, I've been trying to get my car fixed for the last few months.
They're sponsored by DTMorse.com because he wanted to have sex with Emily Elizabeth, but not really.
Emily Elizabeth. Emily.
That's her name.
Is that her real name?
Emily Elizabeth. That's the thing. We mentioned this.
How'd
That's
they
right,
get away
right?
with that?
I'm pretty sure that's right.
Emily Elizabeth. What
mentioned
the
it.
fuck are you talking about?
Is it not Emily Elizabeth?
Emily
Am I
Elizabeth
wrong?
Clifford from Big Red Dog. What the fuck are you talking about?
What's Bojack's name?
It is most definitely not Bojack. Emily Elizabeth. It is not fucking Emily. It's just Emily. What the fuck are you going?
It should be. I'm pretty sure it's Emily Elizabeth.
She
I'm
has
pretty sure
no
I'm right
last
about that.
name. No, that is just
Does she
Clifford
not?
the Big Red Dog. Lem, you're. I'm looking at her like Wikipedia. There is no Elizabeth to it. You're just fucking adding that because of Clifford the Big Red Dog. Lem, where you going, man?
The fuck? What the fuck was I smoking? What the hell?
I don't know. You were like really thinking
What the
about.
hell was that?
You're just confusing Emily Elizabeth from Clifford, dog.
I thought it was Emily Elizabeth.
They can't do that.
Could have sworn I heard that like last season.
That's just a copyrighted character. You can't. What the fuck?
You can name a character as Emily
No, I think
Elizabeth.
it's, like, cutting out, too.
That's allowed, Mars. Oh god, I look like such a fool.
Blame me for wanting to fuck Pickles. You want to fuck Emily Elizabeth, you asshole.
Todd doesn't. I mean, Todd doesn't. She wants to fuck like firefighters.
How dare you? You know, really, it's not really about Emily Elizabeth. It's about, Clifford, man.
It's about Clifford.
Clifford is thicker than Pickles,
I mean, in both ways, yeah.
He's a lot more girthier than
Talking about
Pickles.
his penis.